Hello and welcome to Mana Wars. We're here at Pat's Games, Austin, Texas, where I'm going to be taking on my co-host Aria. He's bringing Jeskai control, and I've got the green-white token deck. Who's going to win? Watch the episode and find out.
To keep up to date with everything at Knights at the Game Table, all you have to do is click subscribe and then hit that tiny little notification button next to it, so every time we upload a new video, YouTube will be sure to let you know.
And while you're watching, don't forget, we're still giving away a booster box of your choice every month. You can pick anything from standard, like our recent winner, Liz Jackson, who picks a Guilds of Ravnica booster box. To be entered into the draw, you just have to share this video and then make sure you comment down below so we can find you. And while you're taking care of that, I'm going to go get ready for Aria.
Well, today I'm going to be playing what we call like a Jeskai deck. It's the combination of Boros with Azorius, which we don't have yet in Ravnica. So it is red, white, and blue. We're basing our control deck around Teferi. No surprise there, one of the best control cards ever printed. And then we have a few different ways of removing creatures. I chose Clensing Nova as one of the best. 5 mana, destroy all the creatures out there. And we have some sort of other late game cards, like here we have Expansion Explosion. So our goal is to use our removal spells to get to Teferi, use a Teferi to eventually get to like a really big explosion, draw maybe 8 or 10 cards, and from there the game should probably be pretty easy to win.
Hey there, I'll be playing a green-white Celestia deck. I have got a range of token generating, as well as cards that take advantage from having tokens on the board. Some of my favorites are Legion's Landing, which is a 1-drop that gives me a 1/1 white vampire. And when I attack with 3 creatures, it will transform into a vampire token generating monstrosity and add something, the first fort. Then we've got Emmara, Soul of the Accord, who is a 2-mana 2/2. Every time she is tapped, she'll create a 1/1 white soldier with lifelink, so that'll trigger both on her attacking as well as my convoking with her. And I'm looking forward to building up to a huge March of the Multitudes, where for 3 and X, I will be able to make X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink, and that has convoked 2, so that'll effectively double my board at any points I make it, plus any lands I've got above 3. Looking forward to swarming Aria here and taking him down a peg or two. I haven't been sitting next to him on the commentator box for the past few months.
All right.
Okay. Good luck, Aria.
Hey, good luck.
The paper tiger. Well, I've got the scissors lizards. Gonna cut you up some.
It's always that lizard.
All right.
This guy was on a losing streak for so long, and now
he's on fire.
He's ready.
The flaming shears himself. I'm guessing I don't really want to start casting things on turn 3, right? It seems a little bit late for me.
Yeah, that seems not great. I mean, if you have the combo of like the Loxodon and the March, like it's pretty good, but it's pretty slow.
You know, I have faith I'm going to draw a 1-drop off the top of my deck. That's not good actually. I mean, first maybe a 2-drop off the top of my deck. I'll keep with this actually.
All right,
it's okay, it's not too bad.
I will also keep.
All right. I'll start out with a Sun Petal Grove.
Go.
And another Sun Petal Grove.
Nice mana base. Oh, Glacial. Go ahead.
Cast any green-white card in the history of green-white cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go for a Benelish Marshal.
Marshal. I'm gonna Justice Strike that guy.
What does that do?
It deals damage equal to its own power to itself.
Good lord. Okay. Back to you.
I'll take 2 from this, and go ahead.
Okay, this is not quite what I was hoping for. Another Temple Garden. Off you go.
Alright. Take 2 more. Go. I'm doing the damage for you. That's how.
Oh, there we go.
Just need to play 8 more Shocklands.
I knew there was a plan here somewhere. Okay, let's have a crack at a venerated Loxodon.
How do I feel about that? I'm gonna counter that guy.
Okay.
Surveil. Just gonna go ahead and keep that on top.
Okay.
Go. Yeah. This is what the control decks like to see, right? A whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot, yeah, a whole lot of just.
You're not doing anything, I'm not doing
chilling
anything.
out, not doing very much at
It's
all.
like the ideal situation for the control deck.
Your turn?
I'm gonna draw 2 if Chemisters inside.
Okay.
No march in response?
I guess I'll slip out a, slip out a march.
March.
Giving me 3 soldiers.
Yeah. You got some soldiers. Alright, I'm gonna draw for my turn. Fortunately for your soldiers, let's actually tap in a good way here. I'm gonna Clarion away all your guys.
Oh no. What does that do? That makes me go away?
Yeah, 3 damage to all creatures. Go ahead.
Yeah, your turn.
Take 2 more. I'll be at 14.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is a control deck life, you know, it's just like, deal myself a bunch of damage with shocklands, but I've taken 0 from you, so not the worst feeling.
So like a million years ago, if you were playing against a control deck and nothing was happening, then you maybe wanted to like wait until you'd drawn up to a bunch of cards and then start doing things.
Yeah.
But that was in the days when control decks played like 20 counter spells.
Yeah,
And
well,
now it feels like if I sit around, you're just going to do something really nasty.
well, I think those control decks did not have Teferi in them,
Yeah,
so
did not, no.
you had a little more time.
I'll try for the history of Dominaria.
History of Benalia. Yeah, that resolves.
Okay. Have a knight and your turn.
I'm gonna draw 2. I'll draw. Let's see. So it's nighttime. I'm just gonna
Probably
play
better
a
suited, aren't they?
tapped land. Go ahead.
Okay.
The nighttime.
Okay. Knight you. I dub thee Sir RVA.
I'm
of
gonna.
Pat's games.
I'm gonna bounce the knight and draw a card.
I'm going to bounce the knight and draw a card. Absolutely outrageous. Okay, the knight has gone away. Go for another history.
How many cards do you have in hand? 2?
2, and they're amazing.
2. This is something that bothers me too much. You know, I'm gonna counter that history finale.
Okay.
It's interesting because I don't necessarily need to, but I feel like I kind of want to surveil. I don't necessarily need that right now, so that seems fine.
Okay. Okay, off you go.
No worries. It's confusing. The thing goes to 2, but that means that guy actually came in this turn. All right. This is what this deck wants to do. Keep his king bets over there. Teferi.
Ooh.
Return this knight to your hand.
Okay.
Go.
I will give all my creatures, all my knights +2/+1 per turn. Seems unhelpful.
Yeah.
Just die up for this.
Yeah, it does. If you had some knights, it would be great. But all your knights were.
You should have returned this to my hand. That would have been
Actually, I could have.
better.
I think that's one of my options. It does say target permanent, so that was technically a target I could have chosen. I decided not to do that.
Okay. I am going to play a Conclave Tribunal.
Tribunal, you say? Sabotage again. Surveil. My graveyard.
Okay, back to you.
Alright, well, when you're playing this kind of control deck, this is really the situation you want. Teferi, and they have nothing. Let's go ahead and plus Teferi to draw another card. And then I'm going to play this. I'm going to tap 4. I'm going to play Crackling Drake. That's pretty big. I'll put a die on it in just a second. I'll draw from the Grip Drake. Let's see here. I'll play a land for turn. We'll play a Search for Escanta.
Okay.
And I'll say go. My end step, I'll untap 2 lands.
Sure.
And the Drake, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Drake has 8 power.
Oh, no problem. I'm sure I'll be able to take care of that really easily.
He's a big boy. I'll untap these 2 from the game.
Well, I'll play Tristani Discordant.
Tristani Discordant. Scatter.
Okay. 9. And over to you.
Alright, so I'm going to trigger my Search for Escanta here. Go ahead and keep that, and then I'll flip that into Escanta Sunken Ruin, because I have more than enough things to make that happen.
Okay.
And I will activate Escanta Sunken Ruin off of these 3 lands. And this is where the Teferi thing gets a little out of control, because I can start untapping the Escanta.
Oh yeah, it was perfectly under control before this REA. This is the point at which things have gone wrong.
Okay, fine. I'm having a pretty good game. All right. You know, let me have this one. All right. The control deck's actually working as intended. I'm gonna go to 3 on that, so I'll draw a card. I'm going to play a land. Then I will attack you with a 9-power Drake, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep, I'll take 9. 11.
And I'll say go, and I'll untap Escanta and I'll.
Okay. What did you get with the Escanta? Was it Electrolyze or something?
Oh, I have revealed this to it. That's the X damage, yeah. Only X.
Alright, well, I've got another Temple Garden, and a spell that does nothing. You have a 9-power creature and a burn spell in your hand, so...
Yeah, that's correct.
So
I'll burn you for quite a bit. I'll burn you for 6 or 7.
Attack me for another 10 by that point, and
yeah.
So on to game 2.
Yeah, let's go to the next
one. Okay, so I felt that the deck was a little vulnerable to having its individual pieces countered or removed in the last game, because I had synergetic cards in my hand that boosted several creatures that were not individually useful. So I'm trying to move more towards cards that present an individual threat. I'm taking out the Benelished Marshal, which is the 3-drop that boosts your other creatures. I mean, it would have been okay, but I think some of the sideboard cards are better. I'm taking out 2 of my Conclave Tribunals, because I don't want reactive cards in my hand. I've got 1, because I feel like 1 at some point might be quite good, but I never want to draw more than 1. And I'm taking out 3 of my Venerated Loxodons, which I feel are reliant on having things in play to be good. What I'm bringing in are some Adanto Vanguards, which is a nice early threat that will persist through a lot of REA's removal. A couple of Carnage Tyrants, a nice uncounterable hexproof later threat. Then a couple of Vivian Reeds and a Dawn of Hope, both of which are permanents I think you'll find quite hard to remove, and he would struggle to deal with over a longer game. So that's my plan for game 2. Let's see how it works.
So when you're playing this kind of control deck against a creature matchup, some cards that I'm taking out is, I'm taking out the 2nd copy of Explosion, because even though it's a good card, it's just very slow, and I just want to stay alive for a while, and I can win the game with just the 1 copy I have if need be. I'm taking out Blink of an Eye because it's, again, on the draw, just a little bit slow. It doesn't deal with the kind of sideboard threats they're going to bring in, and it's just doesn't really fit my game plan post-board. I'm also taking out 2 Crackling Drakes because I am replacing them with something that's a little better, which would be Lyra Dawnbringer. Even though Crackling Drake might have more power a lot of the time, having lifelink is just very, very difficult for any kind of creature deck like this. not really going to be able to attack into it effectively, and it can also secondarily act as a way to win for me. So it's good in a defensive sort of situation, but also, you know, it helps me win the game too. So this is a great switch out for me to have Lyra instead of the Drakes. So I have 2 Lyra in for that reason. And then outside of that, the only other card that I'm bringing in is Disdainful Stroke. The reason I'm bringing in Disdainful Stroke is because it deals with March of the Multitudes, or the Venerated Loxodon if need be. It also can counter some other sideboard threats he could have, like a Planeswalker or any other kind of expensive card. Doesn't deal with Carnage Tyrant, which is a little scary, but it will handle many or most of his threats. So that's kind of an important one to bring in also. Other than that, I'm leaving the deck just about the same.
I'm going to start out with a Plains and a Legion's Landing.
Okay.
For Vampire.
So definitely a little more early pressure this game than the last one. Go. So that's kind of problematic for me, you know, especially that he's getting on the board here on turn 1, whereas last game it was, I think, the turn 3 Benelish Marshal was his first play.
Sun Petal Grove.
Yep.
And a Dawn of Hope.
All right, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Let's send in this Vampire for 1.
Yeah, that's gonna. Man, the Dawn of Hope plus the Vampire. I never thought about that. That's pretty good.
Over to you, Ari.
So next turn you can draw a card if you want off of your Vampire, which is not great for me, I feel. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a tapped Steam Dance. Go ahead. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if I'm in your seat if I'm gonna try to draw a card off of Dawn of Hope here. I guess it depends what else you have. But it's an interesting thing. I never thought about these 2 cards together. Seems very strong.
Okay, I'm going to send in the Vampire.
Yep.
And I am in fact going to draw that card.
Okay, yeah. I like it. I like it. I think that's a nice use of your turn.
Then I'm going to play Plains, and I'm going to Flower.
Okay. I guess I'd rather you flower than flourish, huh? If you're going to use that card, I'd prefer to not use the +2/+2 side of it from my seat, but for you, I'm sure it's probably just good to fix your mana.
Over to you.
Okay, well, so I'll play a Clifftop Retreat. Go ahead. Yeah, this is exactly where the control deck kind of doesn't want to be post-board, where you've got a bunch of different cards, you got some card advantage engines, and I'm still sort of on my plan of not doing much, which is what your goal, but I need to have answers at some point soon.
Yeah, it's going to start racking up over here.
Yeah, like last game I didn't need an answer before turn 4 at 5 or 6. This game, like, I need an answer now. Yeah.
Sending the Vampire?
Yep. Smooth 17.
Ticking up slowly.
Yep.
And over to you.
Alright. Uh-oh. Well, that takes me to 8 cards, so I'm going to play a Deafening Clarion. Just 3 damage to each creature. And I'll give all my creatures lifelink as well.
Sure. That seems perfectly reasonable.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay. I will create a Soldier Token with lifelink.
Yep.
And we're right back where we started.
Yeah, same way. But I was going to have to discard anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so... Yeah, this is... missing land drops in control decks is never a good feeling. I think in most aggro decks you want to miss land drops, like starting on maybe 3 or 4 or 5. You just never want another land.
Not too mad about it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send in this here Soldier.
Yep. It's gonna take me down to 16.
And
I think you got yours. You think you gained one?
I should have made this before format.
Oh, we'll say that you
Yeah,
did.
there we go. We'll see. I've read my cards
Yeah.
before playing this game.
No worries.
Okay.
So I'll be at 15.
That was in fact attack for 2.
Yeah, no problem. And you get two creatures from your stunning. I think they're soldiers also. Yeah. Selesnya like soldiers.
She doesn't seem the sort to be making vampires.
No. The Ixalan cards make vampires. The Selesnya cards make soldiers. Are they the same thing? Yeah, basically the same thing, right? Okay. So where do we go from here? I mean, this is not a feel-good play, but I guess I'll Deafening Clarion again, just to get these tokens out of here.
Yeah.
It's not a
landing token.
Go ahead. It's not a good feeling to have to do it, but I just don't think I can take, you know, a ton this turn. Plus, you could just draw you could draw a ton of cards that turn too.
Yeah.
Whereas now this turn you can't draw a card, you take a little bit less damage.
Let us play a Plains.
Yep.
And I will.
Just one.
Okay. Starting first,
I'll be at 14
less and not gain any life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is not the way you draw it up. Yeah, these situations are always really challenging. When you're playing these kind of control decks, like what do you do? Because I already have, I have 7 cards. I think I'm just going to main phase this Chemister's Insight and just try to draw a land.
Okay.
Which, alright. Well, I drew the land, so that's decent. Go. But that is not so good.
Okay, so in your end step,
yeah.
I'm going to march out 3.
Yep. You have 3 2/2s plus a 1/1 now. So yeah, that's not great for me. It's not great for me. That's tough. But we'll see though. I have some answers in my hand, but you know, I need to be able to.
Can you take advantage of them?
Yeah, like I need to be able to play one answer while holding up like a counter spell for the second thing you might have. And like my lands are just not allowed me to do that this game at all.
So let's send in all of these.
Takes me to 7. And, oh, I'm sorry.
I can choose to draw one at a time, right? Off this.
Yeah, these trigger individually.
Yeah.
So I'll be at 7.
I'll be at 30, and then I'll do my first card draw and my second card draw.
Yep.
And I will be satisfied with my 2 card draws.
Oh. You're satisfied with just the 2 cards?
I feel that's enough for now.
You realize that I'm playing control deck and you've drawn more cards than I have this game, right?
Yep. Draw more cards you do last game.
You also trigger your Legion's Landings. You attack with 3 or more creatures. Yeah.
And History of Benalia.
Yeah. That is, these are all things that happen. Okay, well, I need to draw a white source very quickly for this Cleansing Nova.
That was you.
Otherwise, I think I'm very dead, and Island does not make white mana.
Oh, sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, so I have this, but this is not going to do it. So
the next
I'll say go. I'll say go,
okay.
and we'll let you do your thing. I'll play the Island just for the heck of it.
Okay.
Let you do all your stuff.
And up, another night shows up.
You get another night. It's nighttime.
Okay.
And then you attack me for a ton.
A large number.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next game.
Game 3.
All right, Steam events go.
Okay. Let's have Plains for a Legion's Landing.
Yeah, that's makes my job just a little bit tougher. Island, go. Yeah, that token. It looks so small and so unassuming, but it's actually a little bit of a source of annoyance for this deck to have such an early board presence.
Attack there.
Take me to 19, you to 21. I got you.
Ah.
I got you.
How much is that 3 damage 4 creatures thing?
Costs 3 mana, but it has white. It's 1 white, 1 red, and 1.
And it does 3 to all creatures?
Yes. Okay. All of the many creatures that I will have.
Yeah,
not so many.
And it's a bit difficult because like I don't really want to make a mediocre 2-drop that's going to dice for it because then I'm in all kinds of trouble. I think I'll hold off for a turn probably. Off you go.
Alright. Go ahead. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't think I'm going to take 20 from the soldier, but the presence of the soldier does actually change things just a little bit. Yep.
And over to you.
Oh, wow. I don't know if this is a slow start I should be happy about, or a hand that should scare me. Go ahead. Yeah, like I'm not sure to be like happy or sad here. It's like, on the one hand you're not doing much, but on the other hand I feel like Carnage Tyrant is coming.
Citizen and the Soldier.
Yeah, I'll go to 17, take you to 23.
I'll go for Charlet, Voice of Plenty.
The Voice of the Plenty. I'm not a huge fan of that thing, so I'm going to play this and so Surveil. I'm going to keep that card on top.
Okay.
And go. It's interesting. Like I could try to maybe like let that resolve and just look to draw one of my removal spells, but the problem is since it's a 3/4, the Justice Strike doesn't actually kill it, so that's my main reason for countering it.
Okay, let's go for another soldier hit.
Yep, I'll go down to 16.
Whittling you away.
I mean, ever so slowly, but you know, slow and steady, right?
Flower.
That one resolves. Yes, that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Specific land REA. Good live to regret that.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna regret getting Carnage Tyranted in a turn or two, but you know, you can try to draw Cleansing Nova. Can't even bounce it with Teferi. Nothing. Hexproof is quite the ability. Uncounterable. Also a little rough for control. I'm gonna play Chemister's Insight. Draw 2. Draw for turn. I'm gonna deal 2 damage to myself. I'll be at 14. Go ahead.
Do some seconds.
Yep. 13. This guy's gonna go all the way. I'll take you up to 25.
Make a Carnage.
Oh, Carnage Tyrant. Wonderful. Just the card I did not want to see in this particular situation. Yeah, I mean, Carnage Tyrant resolves because Carnage Tyrant always resolves.
Unless you could end the turn somehow, that would do it.
Yeah, that's true. I want to cast Chemister's Insight from my graveyard, discarding Steam Vents. I think that's the way we do this. Draw 2, and then we untap, draw for turn. We'll play a Glacial Fortress, and I will play Cleansing Nova to destroy all creatures.
Dude, that does kill Carnage.
It's like the only way I have. I mean, and I have to have it, which thankfully I did. Go ahead. I mean, thankfully for me. Not so much.
Yeah, I'm not
for
so
you.
thankful if that's the same to you.
Yeah, it's a little
Okay.
tough.
I'm going to try a Sapling Migration with Kicker.
I'm gonna syncopate that for 1.
Oh! Goodness, that's so annoying.
It's exiled forever. Not that I think you could get it back anyway.
Over to you.
Play Sulphur Falls and say go. Yeah, this is the sort of position you want to be in the control seat. Like, you just pass a turn, you didn't do anything, but they have little to nothing going on, and that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for a Remorseful Cleric.
Remorseful Cleric. Okay, that resolves.
And let's go for an Adanto Vanguard.
Ugh. That one I like a lot less. You know what? I'm just gonna let it resolve. It resolves.
Okay. I'm also going to go for another Legion's Landing.
Okay. They're legendary, but you still get a
Yeah.
vampire, so it works.
Over to you.
I'm gonna bounce this Vanguard guy and draw a card. Draw for turn. I'll play a tap land. And then I will play everyone's favorite angel, Lyra Dawnbringer.
I see.
Go ahead. Yeah, it makes the Danto guy a little worse, right? It's a little bit worse. No, actually, to tap only 5 for that, so let me get it right. There we go.
I shall replay my Danto Vanguard. Okay. Over to you.
You're at 25.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty annoying. I'm gonna attack you.
Okay, then take 5.
Alright, I'll be at 18. You'll be at 20. Go.
Attack.
Okay. I'm gonna play this. So X equals 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna deal 3 to a Remorseful Cleric, and I will draw 3.
It targets the player as well as the
Yeah.
creature. That's so annoying.
It is pretty annoying,
I
yeah.
can't use my tricks to fizzle it by sacrificing.
You
it.
should still do it.
I'm
right?
going to sacrifice it anyway because.
All right. I'll draw 3.
Sure. And I'll send in these.
Take 4, so I'll be at 14.
My gain 1 to 21.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Yeah, making sure you don't like actually flip that Legion's Landing is I think pretty important for me this game. I'm gonna play it.
A lot smaller than it would have been a minute ago.
Yeah, I need to cut blue for that. That is true. I mean, you definitely did make this Drake a little... Actually, it doesn't even matter because...
Oh, it counts once in exile? What's the point in exiling cards anymore?
Yeah, it's,
Good lord.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, you know what? When it's you have 2 cards, I feel like it's Drake time. I feel like when Drake time comes, it only comes ever so often. So you feel like if it's gonna be Drake time, it's gonna be Drake time. So I'm gonna draw another card off the Drake, and then I'll battle you for 5, taking me to 19.
16.
Yeah, of course, I like immediately go ahead. I immediately regret like not countering a Danto because it's like my hand is all counter spells now. But I mean, as we can tell, this game of Danto is not at its best. I'm gonna count the number of spells I have for these guys. They're at 6. But I mean, it only makes your guy a 3/3. It doesn't even get through the.
How much do you attack for next turn?
I attack for quite a lot.
Yeah, so I have to. Okay. I will cast Flourish.
Yeah, I will Disdainful Stroke that.
Okay. Pass it down.
These guys are 7s now. Alright. This is how you gain a lot of life. So I'll Clarion. We'll deal 3 and then I'll give all my guys lifelink.
Seems unnecessary at this juncture, but sure.
Hey, that's, you know, there's necessary and there's fun, alright? It's not necessarily the same. Alright, and then I'll attack you with some gigantic...
Okay, I'll take a 20-something.
20-something,
And be dead. Good
All right.
games, Ari.
Good games.
So, if I could go back and change one thing about those games, I definitely would have mulliganed my first hand in game 1. I just didn't think it was good enough. I was a little bit unfamiliar, as I said, I was about to mulligan it, and then Aria said, if you got this combo of 2 cards, it might be worth keeping, and not really having read them in detail, I thought, well, okay, maybe that's okay. I could still have drawn some early drops and it would have been fine, but I really think against the control deck, I need to do something on turn 1 or turn 2 to establish a bit of presence, so that he can't be purely reactive for the whole game. So saith my experience in any case. I was happy with the sideboard decisions I made. I felt it was borderline unfortunate for him to have an answer to the Carnage Tyrant and enough mana to turn around and counter my next spell as well. At that point, that was when I felt the game had really shifted to REA, and I'd been lucky to get anywhere from that point short of drawing my second Carnage Tyrant. But I've enjoyed playing with these cards, great fun. Carnage Tyrant is brutal, and I love that little card draw enchantment engine I built in Game 2 that let me just take over the game while REA is sitting there looking for solutions. That was good fun.
For me, Game 2, it really came a little bit down to me missing some land drops. The hardest decision I think I had to make the whole match was to cast Chemister's Insight on my own turn just to try to draw to hit a land, given even that I had like counter spells in my hand. It's a very unfortunate play to make. It's not a play that's even going to work most of the time, but I felt like in that spot it was my best option, because if I can draw into a land and actually make my land drop for the turn, it's going to get me a lot closer to being able to play my like Wrath cards while still, you know, having counter magic up, or it's going to allow me to play 2 spells in a turn a lot better if I play that 4-mana instant on my own turn rather than his turn. Of course, I didn't hit a land, and it was just a little bit tough the way it worked out. I missed some land drops. But I think that the start that he had that game with the lifelink vampire into the enchantment that draws cards when he gains life, I think that's going to be really challenging for the control deck anyway, even if I had hit my land drops perfectly. As far as the later games, I think you really saw the power of Lyra Dawnbringer, just because if you had played back then, you may remember Baneslayer Angel was a very similar card. It's very tough when the control deck has a way to blunt their attacks that also can attack back and hit them. A lot of the time in control decks, creatures are more defensive, and you have to leave your guy at home just to make sure you can block. But the great thing about having lifelink is that attacking is almost like blocking. It's like the same thing. So Lyra just showed you how powerful lifelink and a big flyer can be in the control deck post-board. The 2 cards that obviously were the most important in this matchup for me were Deafening Clarion, which we saw clear away some early creatures, and Cleansing Nova, the MVP, because it was able to deal with Carnage Tyrant, which I had no outs to otherwise. If I did not have Cleansing Nova on that turn, I think that Tyrant would have killed me in, I think I was at 14, so I think it was like 2 turns. 2 turns and I was done, yeah, so I really, really needed Cleansing Nova on the exact right turn. Of course, I drew it very skillfully, so I was able to take that one.
Down to Game 3 again. I thought I had him with that Carnage Tyrant, but not only did he have the means to deal with it, but he also had a counter for my follow-up, and from that point onwards, I was never getting back in. Good game, REA. I'll get you next time. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like us on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be seeing you next time on Knights at the Game Table.